What do you think is the most Middle Eastern thing about you?
My beard.
Yeah.
Honestly, my beard.
Did you shave after 9/11?
No, I grew it as an act of protest. I think that's when I realized that it was a symbol of my heritage. I was going to have to make people deal with me one way or another.
Where are you from?
Born and raised in Montreal, Canada. Moved around a lot. My family immigrated from Egypt just before I was born.
Do you think there's a moment that you really understood your identity as an Arab person?
September 12th, 2001. It instantly changed. A lot of us went to bed white on September 11th and woke up brown on September 12th. I was very conscious that the world was going to see me differently. As soon as we heard that a lot of the terrorists came out of Egypt, I was like, oh. And I remember thinking this in that moment, like when I was growing up, when people talk about Egypt, they think about the pyramids. That changed today. Now when you think about Egypt, you think of terrorists and you think of 9/11. And I was hyper conscious of that. And I was like, oh, I need to see the world for how it sees me now.
Did that change your behavior in any way? Or what parts of you put forward versus not?
Yeah. I think I knew in that moment that the industry was going to want to feature guys that looked like me and not in a positive light. Coming from an action background and I was already doing fights and stunts, I was like, oh.
You're like, I'll be a terrorist.
There's going to be a lot of work for me. I wasn't excited about that. You're a young artist coming out, trying to work. And I knew there's an arc to that. First, they villainize you. Then they feel guilty about it. And then they make you the like noble immigrant. And then they make you the hero. And then, oh, he happens to be an agent who's Arab. And I knew that that was like a 15-year arc. The way to start that arc, you look back at my filmography, I've worn my fair share of fucking terrorist bomber vest. Somebody's going to play that part. It's written. Somebody's going to book it. It might as well be me. And I might as well try to like subvert it by making him the most human version of that character. You're not trying to make them heroes, but you're like, oh, I want people to understand. That was kind of my approach first. And so it changed my professional behavior.
So as you were growing up pre 9/11, you would say that your identity was not as much of a dissonant part of your life.
No, it was just the thing that I brought to the table. Everybody was bringing something. You know, I would bring molachia and they would bring empanadas. You know what I mean? Like elementary and high school were like super proud of my heritage. The first gang I was in.
Do we need to censor this? Like,
no, it was like me and 8 friends. It was called the POR posse. POR stands for proud of race. My identity and my heritage is always a huge part of who I am.
What does it mean to be Arab?
It's a sense of responsibility. As a member of one of the most ancient civilizations on earth, we should be ahead of the curve and not stuck in the past. My whole upbringing is imbued with a sense of responsibility to uplift everybody around us and to use whatever resources you got to make sure everybody's okay. It didn't include dominance or violence or inequality, you know?
Is there anything you'd like people to know?
All your assumptions are wrong. Good, bad, generalized, specific, based on your childhood best friend who was Egyptian. Like,
what's the most important thing that you want to give your kids as kids who are not being raised in the place that your parents were from?
A sense of self-determination. They can shape the world's perception of them according to their values and according to their sense of self, but that you always have to be aware of the world around you and how it wants you to fit in. You don't have to conform to that, but you have to be aware. And then you either leverage it or push back against it, but it's always on your terms.